Hello, and thanks for using TickBoom. A student has sent through this question, which reads, the diagram below shows part of the graph of the function with rule fx equals k log e of x plus a plus c, where k, a, and c are real constants. The graph has a vertical asymptote with equation x equals -1. The graph has a y-axis intercept at 1. And the point P on the graph has coordinates lowercase p and 10, and p is another real constant. So from there we're then asked three things. Part 1, state the value of A. Part 2, find the value of C. And part 3, show that k is equal to 9 divided by log of p plus 1. Now the student has asked for help on part 2 and part 3. And I think that's because part A is fairly straightforward. You can see that normally the log curve would have a vertical asymptote at the vertical axis at x equals 0. So if that vertical asymptote has been shifted to -1, then that means the value of A must be 1. Because within the log of x plus a, if we've got x plus 1, that means we're shifting everything left by 1. So I'll just write that out. So we've got our function fx equals k log e of x plus a plus c. Part 1 was to say find a, and we can state that a is simply equal to 1 since we're shifting left by 1. So now it's about working out, well, what's first of all c and then what's k. So for part 2 we want to find c, and what we can use is that we're told that there's the y-intercept at 1. So that means when x is equal to 0, that means fx, y is equal to fx, would be 1. So fx would equal 1 at that point. So now we can just sub that in, making use of what we've already worked out at part 1. So we'll get fx, 1, is equal to k log e x plus 1, oh sorry, 0 plus 1, because x is 0, 0 plus 1 plus c. So if we just focus on the c, or rearrange for c, we'll get c is equal to 1 minus k times the log of 0 plus 1 is 1. Now the log of 1 is itself 0. So that means it's going to be k times 0. So we're just going to get 1 minus 0 equals 1. So therefore c is equal to 1. So now that we've got a and c, we can rearrange for k. So part 3, the information we want to use there, we're told that the curve touches the point P of lowercase p and 10. So what that means is when x is equal to p, f of x is equal to 10. So again, we can now substitute those in and rearrange for k. So we'll get 10 is equal to k log e of x plus 1 plus 1. So subtract 1 from both sides, so we'll get 9 is equal to k log e of, x is equal to p, so that's p plus 1. So we get p plus 1. And rearranging for k, we get k is equal to 9 on log e p plus 1 as required. That's what we were asked to show. So that's that question. The key is kind of understanding the log curve so that you can work out, there's 3 unknowns here, and we're given 3 pieces of information. First, the vertical asymptote, then the y-intercept, and then this point p and 10. So that's the key, just working through one little bit at a time, and at each point using what you've just worked out before to finally get to this solution for k. So hopefully you found that helpful and you could follow along, and tick boom.